What's going on, you guys? What's going on? What is going on? This is your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Nelly and Ashanti. We Belong Together, Season 1, Episode 3. What's going on, you guys? I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday, and I intend on doing the exact same thing, y'all. So let's go ahead and get into the review, y'all. I had to take 2 days off. Okay, well, it's really been one day because I was supposed to do this review yesterday, but I was tired. So I said, I resume this week. Y'all will have a Nelly and Ashanti review every day. Don't worry. But let's go ahead and get into the review right quick, okay? This episode was like 27 minutes, so the review ain't gonna be that long. You know what I like about this show is that not only is it good and is it lighthearted fun, but the show is really short, so these reviews don't have to be that long. You know what I mean? So yes, okay. Because I already got to watch Basketball Wives and do a live on that, so this gives me some time to just go ahead and get this done, so we can be over with. Okay. But anyway, so we're gonna start out with Ashanti. So she's meeting with her publicist Michelle, and they're preparing for the World Series. Now, Ashanti has sung the Star Spangled Banner many, many times before, but this one is the first time that she's performing it since, she had her baby. So she's very excited about it. And not only is she doing the World Series, but after the World Series, she's gonna get on a bus with Nelly to go down to Atlanta for some family time because Nelly's gonna get his two kids together and his niece and nephew together so they can meet KK or whatnot. So they're gonna go down there to ATL for the party. But however, Ashanti was just talking about how the relationship with Nelly's kids kind of changed when they broke up. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it went from her having such a close-knit relationship with them to her not really having nothing to really do with them after, her and Nelly, broke up. And I can only imagine how that relationship changed and how people may have felt. It could have been one of those situations where people probably felt, I don't want to say people may have felt the way, but people may have, wished that it could have been different. You know what I mean? Like, those are the type of things that I'm seeing because, like, if you've been in a relationship with that person for that long period of time and then, y'all break up and then, you got time invested, you've been with his kids and stuff, of course, it's going to be a situation where, well, I don't really want to have anything to do with anything that got something to do with him. So it ain't got nothing to do with the kids or whatever, but those are his kids and they belong to him. And I know I can't really be around them like that. So that's just really what it's given. So I understood that and I get it, sometimes you have to let go of any attachment to these people that you're dating. Sometimes, if they come with kids, then 9 times out of 10, sometimes you may have to let go of the kid thing too, which might be a very hard situation, a very hard thing to do, honestly. But that's just what it is. So, because when you with somebody and you have that kind of relationship and then the kids are involved, of course you're gonna have, of course you're gonna have that type of thing, but then once it's over with, you feel what I'm saying? It's like, okay, yeah. So I get it. You feel what I'm saying? So where we at now? So let me go back to my notes. So then they're preparing for Nelly's 50th birthday, which I still cannot believe that Nelly is 50 years old, going on 50 years old at this particular moment. As I said before, I've been following Nelly's career ever since I was a kid. Like, he came out with Country Grammar when I was 11 and in the 6th grade, going to the 6th grade. My brother was getting ready to be born. And, once again, that was the very first CD that I got with my own money for Christmas, was the Country Grammar album. So like I said before, like, watching them, it's like my childhood all over again. Like, growing up in the 2000s was like a great thing. Growing up in the 90s and the 2000s was amazing. But all I got to say is that, yeah, it's absolutely good to see them. I haven't watched all the episodes. Like, I'm watching them really piece by piece as I go to do the reviews, but so far so good. But they're getting ready for his 50th birthday party. So what's up next? So now Ashanti's on the phone with Bryce. They talk about her singing the Star Spangled Banner, and she said, I've sung it so many times, but it's always a nerve-wracking thing to do the Star Spangled Banner and shit like that. And then it comes with these different notes. You got to start it off real deep, and then at the very end it got to be high, because a lot of times it's like, Oh, say, can you see? And then by the time you get to the end, it'd be like, and the home of the brave. That's how Keisha Cole did it. But but yeah, if you can sing the Star Spangled Banner, I mean, you could probably sing anything. I love watching the people sing the Star Spangled Banner, honestly, because I be wanting to see who gonna kill it. Okay, and I don't think nobody ever killed it like Whitney Houston ever did. But however, I love to see people sing the Star Spangled Banner. It's always a great thing to see. Um, then Nelly comes up, and after he done heard Ashanti up there singing, and he's like, "Do we got tickets?" And Ashanti is like, "Well, only if you got a Yankees jersey, you got tickets, because he going up for the Dodgers." And he said, "I'm finna go to this game, and I'm gonna wear all my Dodgers gear and all this shit." And Ashanti said, "Oh, you better not wear the Dodgers gear and all that other stuff. Just little shit like that. Like it's cool. Like I like seeing shit like that. Like they having fun. You feel what I'm saying?" So then Ashanti then performs the Star Spangled Banner at the World Series and actually does a great job. Like I can honestly say, real shit, like all jokes aside, I really do feel like Ashanti's vocals has gotten so much better over the years, because when she first came out, people were dogging Sean, like dogging her out about her vocals. And I never thought that she really couldn't sing. She wasn't like a singer, but I never thought that she just could not sing like Time Out. You feel what I'm saying? But she sounds even better now. But I started hearing her vocals get better around the time she was getting ready to do the Declaration, because when she first did Put a Little Umph in It with Jagged Edge, I'm like, wait a minute, these vocals are a little bit more stronger than normal. Or when she did the Declaration and she did The Way That I Love You and stuff, and I was like, oh wait, man, okay, you must got you some vocal lessons. So she sounds better now than she ever did in the past. But shout out to Ashanti, because that really sounded good. So after that was over, they take the ride to the ATL. They talk about Nelly's Halloween party. Ashanti been planning this Halloween party for the longest time. She's been trying to get it right. And Nelly was talking about all the different parties that he has had, in Atlanta for the Halloween, all the different celebs that come through, like all those things. So it's a pretty big deal. But this time Ashanti is planning everything and setting everything up. So it's supposed to be, so it's gonna be a big deal with her doing it. So he purposely tries to wake KK up, and Ashanti was like, "You better not wake him up. You better not." And then he wakes up. They're so playful and fun together, y'all. Like for real, for real. So we get into they down in the ATL. The kids are back together again so they can meet KK. And then one of his nephews came in, because his mom, which is Nelly's sister, she died of cancer. And he was saying that even before she passed away, Nelly was always stepping up. But with her being gone, he really stepped up for them and was really there for them financially, or just being a father figure to them. And you don't always hear that. Sometimes a lot of kids, especially when you hear about kids that have a parent that passes away at a young age, you don't really get to hear about the uncles and the aunties taking them in and really stepping up. You don't really hear that all the time. You always hear about the grandmothers and the grandparents and stuff, stepping in, and all that other shit. That's what you normally hear. So I'm glad that Nelly did step up and take care and pick up that slack and all that other shit. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's a good thing. That just shows his heart. Ashanti was saying that it's different now because they're back together again. The kids are older, and Nelly's daughter actually had a baby before she did. So the relationship is different, and it's good. Like everything is good. So the episode ended with a hollow Western party, and it looked like it was a good time. Like everybody was dressed up in Western gear. There was alcohol, there was food, there was people. Everybody was in the building. So it ended off on a good note. And like I said, I knew this review was going to be really, really short because it wasn't really a lot of talking points here. Like, it was a lot to just go into and recap and just talk about it. But other than that, like, this episode was very fillerish, but it was still good. Like, but it wasn't a lot to really just dive into and just take in and talk about. You feel what I'm saying? But all in all, it was still a good episode. This is still a good show. And I'm telling you right now, we're going to review all 8 of these episodes. Okay. If you ain't been watching the show, go ahead and watch it. All right. So with that being said, you guys, this be your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, your boys up out here, and I will see you guys on the next one. Ta-ta.
On some whole shit. What happened to the Zeus fame? Then Bobby made you change your name. For a show, still searching for a ring. Pray these hoes find better days. Cut off everybody. Don't trust nobody. Play with everybody. Don't have nobody. Cut off everybody. Don't trust nobody. Play with everybody. Don't have nobody, nobody. Nigga never was a real one. Copping, please, spreading lies. What you hiding from? All these shows just an extra.
Little dance now, twerking on shit like
bad bitch, munch it up, cock goblin. Slapping ass on this dick, cock goblin. Gobble up his dick, bitch, a cock goblin. Fuck him in his face, bitch, a cock goblin.
attitude bad, but I'm better. Ass poke out just fatter.